Don't mind the treat in the back seat. Don't mind that. He was moving some stuff, and I didn't, I didn't want the doggy's fur everywhere, so we had a sheet in the back seat. But hey, ride with me, real quick. Gotta go somewhere. I have decided to start a new series called Car Ride, and it's basically where y'all go with me and we just talk. So when I was getting ready to leave the house, I had just seen another person come out and accuse somebody else. So this girl, I didn't get a chance to see where she came from. Like, what is her city she's in? Oh yeah, I'm just talking, y'all. I didn't even realize I had an earbud in my ear. My bad. Um, I just seen another girl came out. It didn't say the origin that she was in, but I'm gonna try to link the Instagram account that I seen it on. Another girl just came out and accused Uncle Luke. Baby Uncle Luke. She released a little caption on her stories. One, she shared her high school ID from the time. And above her high school ID, she put a caption that said, I look like a baby. And then the next slide I seen was her saying that grooming happens in the music industry. And I'm just paraphrasing. It said grooming happens in the music industry more than you guys think. Above that, she continued her caption, and she's stating that she was, I guess, working with Uncle Luke and his crew. Now, Puffy, I ain't got no comment. I'm gonna keep them comments to myself about Puffy. Trey Songz, that's a whole different story time. Uncle Russell, Kimora was 17 when he met her. Who else got exposed? Jamie, baby, look, y'all can say what y'all want, and I hope Mister ain't watching this, but you would have let my little hot in the tail, semi lukewarm self, 23, 24. You would have let me came across Jamie Foxx, baby. I would have been Mrs. Fox, but that's a different story. So Jamie, little head scratch going on. But Uncle Luke and Two Live Crew. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that Uncle Luke and Two Live Crew wasn't them dudes. Like, I remember my mom banning my older brothers from listening to Uncle Luke because Luke was just Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke. I consider Uncle Luke to be the king of the Freaknik. King of the Freaknik. Like, I remember my brothers sneaking off when they were visiting family for spring break. Supposed to be down in the bayou visiting family. Supposed to be down in the Carolinas visiting family. And these fools then snuck off to Freaknik. So, I would say I'm having a hard time believing. And the reason why I said I'm having a hard time believing, because you have once never, ever, ever heard somebody come out and accuse Uncle Luke or any of his crew members of sexual misconduct. And I guess it puts like a little gray cloud on it, because Uncle Luke did take to Instagram and he revealed that he didn't know what grooming was, so somebody had to tell him what grooming was. So it's like, why don't you know what grooming is? But if you understand the context of the Black community, majority of us have seen cases of scenarios of grooming, but it's masked with That's just how we are as people. Like, for instance, let me give you a small example. When your grandma or great grandma was 12 or 13 years old, she had no business marrying that man down the road that was 30 years old because his wife died and he needs somebody to look after his children. That's grooming. That's also pedo vibes. But I'm just saying. So Uncle Luke goes on in his Instagram post, and he reveals that he has documents. He has documentation. He made everybody sign contracts. They checked everybody's background. And he also revealed that he had a head dancer that kept the girls in line. And if they found out that you was messing with somebody during the tour, they fired you. So I hope that if this grows wheels, like if this grows legs and starts like walking, that he is able to obtain those documents, and this could be further looked at, further investigated, because I know now with all these artists and actors, with everybody being exposed or people coming forth to share their stories, because I would never tell somebody, don't tell your truth, don't tell your story. But I hope that if there are truths to this, I hope justice can be served. I think they should bring back handlers in the music industry. I think they should take a better watch of who they have looking after these young artists. I do not believe anybody under the age of 16 needs to sign contracts to be any ways in the music industry. But the crazy part about it is that everybody is focused on the music industry. What they should be doing also is they need to go start looking back into these Hollywood cases. Like, won't y'all just go look up how they treated Shirley Temple? Like, she was little mama was all 3 years old being passed around. Another big person. I recently came across, I can't think of whose page I was on, but I'm gonna look at it, and I'm also gonna share that on my wall. I came across a Hollywood story of Judy Garland. Miss Dorothy herself, Judy Garland. Baby, that story was extremely heartbreaking. The way those casting directors and just directors, even her mother, the way they was just out here just having little mama just throw it back and deep at the young tender age she was. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Hey TC, hey sister. That was crazy. When it comes to the black side of Hollywood, I am very well aware of Josephine Baker's story. I love Dorothy Dandridge. I think that Dorothy Dandridge's mama girlfriend, I think she was horrible. I think she was the epitome of shit. But that's a different video. So I know everybody is focusing on the music side. Matter of fact, I don't think people even really talk about that Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul herself, was 12 years old and she got pregnant at 12. Like, that was crazy. She got pregnant at 12. And I know everybody's seen the movie when she was 12 years old. And first of all, 12 years old, what is you doing in Harpo's juke joint any goddamn way? And your daddy a bishop, a pastor. Pastor, why is you in the juke joint with your little 12-year-old daughter? And you got these creepy ass men handing her alcohol, toss up his punch. But yeah, that's just crazy. But yeah, I really hope that the number one thing I hate to see in stories like this, I hate to see people come out and say, I was a victim. This happened to me and that happened to me. And now it's time to have a case. And now it's time to investigate. Now it's time to press charges. And it comes out that it's not true. I hate stuff like that. Because once you put that stigma on somebody, it does not come off. No matter how many times you can clear somebody's name, it doesn't come off. Hell, Johnny Depp still has the stigma of being a drunk and abuser to his ex-wife, and she was beating his ass. But like I said, Uncle Luke said that he had evidence, he had contracts, he had backing to prove that it was no underage people on his tour, in his camp working. He did not hire underage people. And I'm just trying to figure out, you know, did it happen? Is it true? Is this woman, because obviously now she's a woman, are you just looking for your 5-10 minutes of fame? And I think people also tend to forget Superhead exposed these people a long time ago. Superhead Ben told y'all about this. Ben told y'all about this. And remember how when Superhead dropped that book, everybody was trying to fight her and wanted to kill her because she told everybody, see, Superhead Ben told you Ben told you how the industry was. Superhead said, well, if I'm going to do it the best. Which I still can't believe that Superhead was, that's a different story, because that's just a different story. Because it's like if I could interview Super, I know she likes to go by like her real name, and I found out like her real name is not Karen. Yeah, she was going by the name Karen Stuffin. You know that that's not her real name. Her real name is not Karen Stuffin. I'm not going to say her real name because I don't know if it's considered doxing, but Superhead, yeah, Karen Stuffin is not her real name. Hey everybody coming in, thank y'all for riding with me. But yeah, if I could, I would want to interview her, and I would want to ask her, like, I understand that you felt like if you were going to do it, and if you're going to get pressured to do these acts, and you feel like you wanted to be the best, like, what did you get out of it? Like, was you hitting their pockets for doing this stuff? Like, what was your overall end goal for doing all this? But I am looking at it sideways, that now it's like one by one the mask is being ripped off from all these different people, and they're exposing these dark pasts, and they're exposing sexual misconduct. Matter of fact, y'all remember the who was it, the Cuomo brothers, the brothers over from CNN, the two brothers, one was a mayor and the other one was an anchor. Did y'all know that the ex-mayor, I think he was the ex-mayor of New York, did y'all know that he's being sued again? He is being sued again from an ex-executive staff member from his board, or however you say. He's being sued again for sexual misconduct. I spent all morning trying to find the court proceedings on it, because I wanted to look at it, because I'm like, I thought his trial and stuff was done, but apparently somebody else is coming out saying that he was sexually inappropriate with them. Which, I have a question for that too. So when you say that somebody is sexually inappropriate with you, does that mean that, and I hope I do not sound ignorant because I'm really asking for understanding, like, is that like, oh, somebody walked up to you and gave you a church hug and you didn't want to be touched? Or was somebody saying, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, and they just grazed past your body one second too slow for you? Or did somebody like bump into your shoulder at, you know, passing in the hallway? Or, like, that's all I want to know, like, how do they, I know how my job defined sexual misconduct. And it's also why I have implemented the two arm span rule, where you cannot come. I tell everybody to be safe. Do not come past 2 arm spans between anybody at work. If you gotta ask them, but do not walk, because I know I hate it for me. I hate for people to walk up on me. Like, do not walk up on me. You need to be past my arm span. Like, do not walk up toward me. So I make sure that I tell everybody, make sure you are 2 arm spaces away from whoever you're talking to. And I tell them also, even if you have to like be on the dance and, like, you know, you're side by side trying to like show somebody something on a chart or something, you need to make sure you are a good person and a half away to be on the safe side. Person and a half to be on the safe side. Because I have seen too many incidents where, you know, people thought it was a vibe between them and one person, which I would never understand why you even try to date your coworkers. But they thought it was a vibe, and when the vibe got blocked, now all of a sudden they're up in HR filing, you know, a case where they feel somebody was too close to them, harassed them, invade their personal space. So yeah. But yeah, we gonna have to document all these people who are coming out, who are being exposed, who are being accused of these heinous acts. So I'm gonna start a list on my community page. We got Trey Songz. Let me just say something about Trey Songz. I think every case against Trey Songz, I think it was a bad judgment call in that time. I think he made a bad judgment call, and it resorted into somebody filing a case. Like the last case with the girl at the pool party. And she claimed that Trey Songz pulled her top and exposed her bare breast. My first question is, why was he that close to you? And this is not me like victim shaming. This is me being at celebrity pool parties in Vegas, celebrity pool parties in San Diego. This is me being in certain atmospheres where celebrities are present. And this is me seeing with my own two eyes that people get way too close to these celebrities. Like way too close. And because they're females and they're extremely pretty and they fit their preference type of dating, they are allowed to be that close. But it's a pool party. Why are you that close to somebody to pool? First of all, it's a pool party and alcohol is involved. Whoever knows whatever they're on. Was it like, I really don't want to be an asshole about this, but it's like, was it like y'all was partying, dancing, having a good time, and he just walked up to you and just pulled your string? Or was you like giving him the vibes and then he like pulled your string, and you got like embarrassed, like, oh my God, my boobs. Like, how? Or maybe just because when I go to pool parties, I'm not going near the water. Because to me, water and alcohol just don't mix. But then also with Trey Songz, it's like I see these videos. Like I remember I seen one video, and God, I regretted even watching it. I seen one video where he took a shot at something, and then he held the shot in his mouth and then spit it back in another girl's mouth. That's fucking nasty. But then I also thought, like, okay, since the girl from the pool party pressed charges, can this girl go file charges too now that he didn't spit this vodka in her mouth? Even though she sat there and she let him hold her hand back and let him do it? See, I have so many questions. So many questions. Because I just want to know. Because every time it's like, you know, you see a case with an artist, or you see a case, hey Bessie, you see a case with an artist, or you see a case with an actor, and it's like, okay, they done something, but it's like, why didn't nobody scream pineapples? How did it get that far? Like, who was the other rapper, the one that his pants be way too damn tight? I need to go shopping for you, girl. Shopping where? Where we going? Text me. I know y'all know. Help me out. What's the man that was engaged to Jordin Sparks? What's the man that's engaged to Jordin Sparks? He broke his neck. She nursed him back to health, and then he went and fucked some bitches behind her back, and they were engaged. What's his name, y'all? Come on. Help me out here. What's his name? His name's like Jason something. Yeah, the little Jason tight pants boy. he had a case brought up against him for sexual misconduct because he got too inappropriate with somebody. So I think somebody should have a job where they just become a personal blocker. Yes, Bessie, Jason Derulo. I think, right, a lot of them. I feel like it should be a job. I think somebody in the industry should have a job where you become a personal blocker. You just block them from having any interaction, any just any relations. You just block them from having any relations with anybody of the opposite sex or opposite sex if that's their thing. Because it's like you keep hearing these suits, and it's like, okay, you don't want to victim shame. If you question the victim, then you're a horrible person. But if you don't question it, it's like, well, are we just gonna take somebody's opinion on the matter? Because to me, after looking at these cases and hearing these cases, I'm sorry, after a while, they just all start sounding like jaded lovers. They just start sounding like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this with you, but in return, I'm thinking I'm finna be your boo. You finna be giving me money, flying me out. And when that's not what happens and they get treated how they put themselves out there, then all of a sudden they want to like file a case. Like, prime example, remember what happened with Tupac? The girl accused Tupac of raping her, and come to find out, he didn't even rape her. No, I'm not saying that she wasn't raped. I'm just saying the person that she accused of raping her was not the one that took advantage of her. But he still had to go to jail. He still had to serve that time. And I'm pretty sure it left a sour taste in people's mouth when it came to Tupac. Now this car is speeding past me to go around and get to me, and then got caught with the car in front of me. That's how accidents happen, because folks can't drive. But yeah, I think I'm going to be tracking this because I have so many questions. So many questions. Now I want to know, have any females been like accused of like inappropriate relationships? And have they been sued? That's what I want to know. I can't say the R word? Oh my God. Okay. I gotta think of something else to say. I'm not saying ape, because that sounds like, I'm not saying ape because that sounds like, I'm talking about an ape. What am I gonna say? I gotta think of something colorful to say that will click in my mind. I know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say not inviting, touching people's happy places. Hey Rasta girl, how you doing? But that's just my rambling, because I want to know. Great people, child. I'm not saying great. I might say great. But yeah, I'm thinking about it, because like when you think, like, do you know people are still coming out and accusing Bill Cosby? People are still coming out accusing Bill Cosby. People coming out accusing Bill Cosby. We've seen how the whole R. Kelly situation played out, and that just made me want to punch a bunch of them parents in the eye. And I know everybody's like, oh, you can't blame the parents. You have to blame him and his team. Look, if them parents would have never took their babies. 2, I understand everybody always wants to support their kids and support their kids' dreams, but a lot of parents, not saying it's their case, but this is what I have seen and experienced. A lot of parents relive their youth, or what they feel could have been their youth, through their children. And it is cool and entertaining that your child might have a beautiful voice. My child could be a teen sensation at 16 or at 15, and that money could get us out of whatever struggle we may be in now. But that's also putting your child in a very dangerous place. That is basically like that's like basically putting your children in the lion's den. And I can't tell you how many cases. Matter of fact, what's the little girl from Tyler Perry? The one that has the beautiful voice. She ended up doing a song with Ciara. Tiffany Evans. Tiffany Evans had been in the industry since she was 4 years old, singing, producing, putting out music, movies, wherever the case may be. Do you know when that girl turned 18, she didn't have no money? Her parents basically spent her whole entire fortune. So I say that to say a lot of times we put our children in predicaments that they shouldn't be in, or when they're on their way to be in the industry and to be an entertainer, the parents are not fully prepared and they're not fully educated. And a lot of the times these music industries give the parents a handler to help them or to look after the child when they can't fully be there. I think that should even be like worked on or like look at different, because sometimes these handlers know what's going on. They just ain't finna say nothing. Oh, another thing. So, did y'all know that Brandy was dating the little man from Boyz II Men at the same time the man from Boyz II Men was dating Adina Howard? He was dating, so the little man from Boyz II Men, the one that's lead singer, he was dating Brandy and Adina Howard. Well, I won't say, well, he was dating Brandy, but he was messing with Adina Howard. He was messing with Adina Howard, and the executive from the record label called Adina Howard and told Adina Howard to back off, to leave him alone. We don't want bad business, and you and Brandy are both on the same label together. You're label mates. And Adina Howard cussed out the label executive, probably said some unnice words, probably was highly disrespectful. You know how people is. You just can't tell a black woman not to do something, or they can't do something. And they basically put her second album on indefinitely. They basically snatched her contract and was like, okay, you're not finna put out no more music with us, you done. And I thought that was crazy. And then the more I started looking at it, I was like, hold on 1 second. The guy from Boyz II Men was a grown man. Brandy was underage. Ain't nobody say shit about this. Everybody mad because Adina Howard messing with this married man. Ain't nobody saying nothing about this married man messing with this minor. That just goes to show you, people ain't crap. People ain't crap at all. But yeah, I'm gonna go do my research. I feel like more rappers in the 80s and 90s is gonna be exposed. Because the 80s and 90s was just a really, like, it was a good time period for music, but a lot of shenanigans happened. A lot of shenanigans happened, and it was a lot of drug use. A whole lot of drug use. So I think it's interesting. And I'm gonna try and find more on the case. I'm gonna try and see if I could see the video, see if somebody put the video, because you know sometimes people be like screen recording stuff. I'm gonna try and see if somebody screen recorded it and put it on YouTube, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try and see if I could share the video on my community wall. And we just gonna be we just gonna be watching it. I hate the way people drive. Like, why is you blocking 3 spaces? Because you just stupid as hell. Or I hate people that have like the crazy obsession where they have to back in. That shit annoys the hell out of me. When people like have to back in, it really irritates me, because it's like, just get in the spot and get off the spot. Okay, that was our TED Talk. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.